Dear Hasbro, hi, it's me, Faith, the guy who sent you
Redacted.
amount of dollars from your completely legal claims on my videos? By the way, enjoy that new Ferrari, you earned it. Anyways, I thought since I sent you so much money, it's almost like I'm an investor. So it's my duty to ensure that you are using those funds to its fullest. And so I just had a question, a statement really. Your movies make no goddamn sense. I mean, magic leaks from the statue changing the very genetics of humans miles away, but only a select few, mind you. This camp apparently has no money, yet the students spend thousands and thousands replacing a deck instead of just paying off the camp debts. And speaking of debts, yeah, you bailed out the camp for these missed payments, but what about next month? Oh, and where are the CMC? Okay, sorry about that. Got a little ahead of myself. Let's start where all good stories should start. The beginning. You hear that? The fucking beginning. Not some copped out dream sequence. Trust me, it was cute. You tried. Make me suspenseful in a PG movie. But once the bad guy starts disintegrating in the first 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure what I'm watching doesn't matter. You could have had a million other ways to do this that would have been just, if not more, impactful by simply coming up with more indirect ways of portraying Twilight as being played with her actions in a way that's not over the top or bland as her simply saying so. The way you have Midnight Sparkle portrayed is more as if she's a discount Freddy Cougar. And oh my god, is that honestly what you're going for? Okay, perhaps for Sunset I could understand. She had years of emotional turmoil, of not only being banished and disowned by her mother figure, but also going to a land she knew nothing about without the use of her magic. Look, it makes sense why she turned to manipulation and coercion to survive, because otherwise she probably would have been on the street, if not deported, when that world's Donald Trump builds the wall. But this Twilight? That's like having Freddy terrorize Freddy. There's a problem with your movies, where no one takes responsibility for their actions. It doesn't matter what influence happened in your life, you still make the choice to do something. Sure, human empathy allows us to understand why you did something, to an extent, but in friendship games, you are walking around using a device to extract magic without knowing the consequences, collecting an arbitrary amount. Not only that, but after seeing you were hurting Rainbow, you still chose to use the device one final time, all because your teacher and classmates said so. Peer pressure is a horrible thing, and it can be hard to overcome. But when your peers are begging you to release possible dangerous amounts of an unknown and unstable new element or force, you as a scientist have an obligation, no, the duty to ensure that such actions do not take place, you dense motherfucker. You caused Midnight Sparkle by your own ignorance and greed, no one else's, and the blood does lay on your hands. But that aside, I'm tired of the movie constantly trying to make me feel sorry for Twilight, all throughout the movie, and me having the question of, exactly what has she done to redeem herself besides act like a mopey teenage emo girl? Did she stay and mend the relationship with her classmates at her original school? Hell the fuck no! She abandoned them day one like she abandoned her original friends on her pony side. Yeah, she straight up abandoned them. And this is the person who's an alicorn already. Fucking her. This is the person you deemed worthy of being a princess, but not Sunset. If you agree with that decision, then bite your tongue, you wretched, wicked knave. For I do not wish to associate with someone who wishes to ignore the needs and plights of those who have saved the planet on multiple occasions. You see, with Sunset, we have an entire movie about her trying to overcome people hating her for her past actions. Then we have another movie of her just trying to maintain the status quo of not being completely hated. But this Twilight? Everyone accepts her instantly. What gives her the right? But all that could be forgiven if you didn't try to shove 3 different love interests in one 74-minute movie. You see, in the beginning, you were kind of similar to a lot of high school movies, except you almost, as immediately as you introduced the love interest, dissolved it Twilight didn't care about being popular or finding love, but saving her kingdom. She's a princess. She doesn't need no man. She's a strong, independent woman, and I'm saying that unironically. She wasn't interested in being Queen Bee, of getting a boyfriend, of winning the prom for any superficial reasons. She was on there for a mission. I understand the show's for kids, but even in that line of thought, why the fuck are you making your show so sexualized? Like, Jesus Christ. You complain about the fans, but how many people are trying to get in Twilight's pants? And vice versa. I feel like the show's kind of lost its motive. It forgot what it was originally intending to be. You see, it's kind of going down the same route as Halo. Halo for me was done after Halo 3. However, I don't discredit the work they put into Reach by any means. I enjoyed Reach a lot, but Halo forgot how to be Halo. And by that I mean they went searching for an identity, not realizing they already had one. And once they realized they had one, it became a confused ball of contradicting emotions and feelings that took shape in the form of a game. They were trying to be Titanfall and Halo at the same time. They saw weapon skins and thought they needed those, etc, etc. I will always respect the art that was made, regardless of if I play the game. But to me, it's not Halo, because it didn't want to be. And that's what I look at these movies as. A lot of the movies simply lost their way after Rainbow Rocks. Friendship Games was meh. Legend of the Everfree was slightly better. But I don't think they realize that they're trying to be something different. And I don't even think they realize what they're trying to be. I don't think they realize what made the movies and shows great. I think they've lost their way, and I don't know if they're ever going to find their way back. Think about it. Even if you ask the most die-hard fans, they're going to admit the soundtracks are super lacking, and everything past Rainbow Rocks. Daniel Ingram, I know, you're like the Monty Ohm of DHX. You're the Chris O'Donnell, the Marty O'Donnell of DHX. You do a lot of amazing work. And I understand they're asking you to pump out music routinely. And I understand that sometimes you just don't have the inspiration. But all I ask is before you okay it, ask yourself, what am I trying to be? Sincerely, Faith.